What is going on, Agape City? It's Brad here. It's Monday, which means it's time for one of our Monday morning pastors. And here's the thing, it's kind of a gray Monday morning here in Michigan, and you might be tempted just to be like, oh, it's Monday, and we're going into this day, and it's going to be a hard week. Let me give you some encouragement from Scripture today. First, let me tell you a story. This is an old adage, one of those leadership stories that you hear from years and years. I don't know where it originated, but and it's probably not true, but it should be. The story is about a farmer who has these two dogs, and one's kind of like this happy-go-lucky tail-wagging dog, and the other one's kind of like has a scowl on his face and kind of like a little dog. And one day he watched one of his dogs walk into a room on his farm, and he came out so happy. And then the other dog walked in and he came out mad. The next day, he said he saw this dog go do the exact same thing. First dog, the happy dog walked in, came out even happier. Mean, scowling dog walked in, came out even more mean. Finally, the third day, the exact same thing happens again. Happy dog walks in, comes out even happier. Scowling dog goes in, comes out even more scowling. And then what happens is this farmer's like, I gotta know. What is in this room that's so different from one dog to another? I would feel like, if it would make one dog happy, make the other, they're both dogs. So he's like, I gotta know what's in this room. So he looks inside of this room, and when he goes in this room, what he sees is it's a room full of mirrors. So when the happy dog walked in the room, he saw 100 other happy dogs looking at him. But when the scowling dog walked into the room, he saw 100 scowling dogs looking at him. You see, your attitude kind of dictates what the world projects back at you. And this is not like health and wealth kind of stuff. This is what kind of even Jesus or even God tells us in Scripture. And the book of Proverbs chapter 23, verse 7, the Scripture says this: as a person thinks in their heart, so they are. That's in the New King James Version. The NIV version says, for he is the kind of person who always is thinking about the cost. But in the Hebrew, it's a little bit closer to that first definition. And so, as a person thinks in his heart, so they are. So if you're going into Monday like, oh, this is gonna be the worst day ever, it's gonna be horrible, Mondays are always the worst, you're already defeating yourself just to be miserable all day and to see scowling faces back at you. But if we could go into this Monday, even though it's gray and dreary outside, and say, hey, today's an opportunity for me to see God work in my life. Today's an opportunity for me to have eyes to see, the opportunity to bless someone. Today for me to just be the brightness in this world, to be the joy in my workplace, to be the joy in my children's life, to be the joy in my commute. Today's an opportunity for me just to show this world the love of God. And what I often find is then you get enriched by getting that love back at you. I got one of these faces. I don't know what it is. We just got back from spring break. I can't tell you how many people just want to talk to me and tell me their life story. We're strangers. And honestly, I think it's just because I have a cheery disposition. Maybe today we need to maybe not unfurrow our brow. Maybe we need to smile a little bit. Maybe we need to look people in the eyes and just say, God, would you use my joy today to be the light for the people around me? And maybe that may change your Mondays to becoming the best days of your week. That's all I got for you today. It's Monday morning, Pastor. Hopefully you guys go get it today. I'll see you on Thursday. Peace. I'm out of here.